Today I'm working on this 2013 Toyota Sequoia here. This one here being a platinum model. They come standard with the pilot second row seats. Let me show you here. So in this setup you have an extra armrest in the middle. However, life situation changed and we're having a third child, so it'd be ideal to have 3 car seats across instead of having one child to sit in the third row by themselves. So here's the solution. I bought a bench seat out of an SR5. Now I get it, it's cloth, but to be honest it's not a big deal to me because it's kids. It's for kids, so they're gonna make a bunch of mess anyway. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna buy a seat cover and cover it so that way it's a little bit easier to clean than having it as cloth. But yeah, like we got this off of eBay, and the seller was nice enough to even include the bolts and the trim pieces that come with it. Those are the extra bolts for the legs. I believe we can reuse some of the parts that's gonna come from the car here in the second row. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this step by step. So if you have any desire to convert your pilot seat into a bench seat, then you can hopefully use this video as some kind of a guide as to why and how to do this. So here are the tools I will be using. I have my power tool, I have my flathead screwdriver, trim tool here, 14mm, 8mm, and an extension, like magnet extension. I'll show you how to remove it now. So just FYI, I already removed the other side just to make sure that it's actually quite simple to do, and these are the tools I'll be using. So first, you're gonna need to pop this cover here. Just use like a flathead screwdriver. There's a slot there to pry, so just like that. And then there are 3 of those. One here, and the other one is back here. So you need to remove the cover, and inside the cover you'll see like a screw. You could use either your 8mm or Philip. I'd rather use the 8mm because that's what easily fillable for me. So let's go ahead and remove them. Alright, now that I have 3 covers removed, you want to start removing this plastic cover, starting with the one in the front, just because you see how it overlaps right here. So remove this first and then remove the back cover. So let's go ahead and remove them. To remove them, it's actually quite simple. Just use your prying tool, start sliding it underneath the panel and pull it towards you, and that should lift all the clips like so. And then the outside one you can just lift it by hand, and then once it's lifted, just slide this tool and just start prying it. And once all the clip comes off, you can just like, there you go, you can just start pulling it towards the top like that. There's one more here. There we go. And it's up. And then there is an extra trim right here that you need to remove. Same way like how you remove the outer one, you just pry it with your tool, start lifting it, and it should come out. Now that you have removed the 2 covers, you have, since you have platinum, you have heated rear seats, so you need to disconnect this clip right here. It's quite simple. You just press right here and pull. Just pull it like that. And now you're left with 4 14mm bolt. So there's one right here. There's one under the carpet right there, and 2 in the front that are currently under cover. So you just need to remove this cover and this one right here to expose the bolts. There's one, and the other one here. There you go. So those are the 4 bolts you need to remove. I highly recommend when you remove this, start from the back and to remove the front one, just slide it back again and then remove all 4 bolts. Now that 4 bolts are removed, to take it out is quite simple. So you just fold this and you just lift it out and put it in the storage. Alright, now that the 2 seats are out, you're just left with this center console. First step, admire the mess that your kids make. Alright, so I already went ahead and you can pop this cover, and don't forget to disconnect the 2 connectors for the heated seats. And then once you pop it, you'll see the 2 bolts here and there. These are 10 millimeters, so I forget to include that on the tools that I will use. And then there are 2 other bolts, so lift this center console under the tray. You'll see this technology from 2006, so we're gonna gloss over that. And then there are 2 other bolts here that you need to remove. So once you remove these 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4, this whole center console, you should be able to just lift it and remove it. Alright, so this is, I want to say, the most daunting part of this task, because once you do it, you pretty much can't go back. No, the only go back is you have to replace the whole carpet. So this is where you have to trim the carpet. The reason being is because this is the middle row seat right here. I guess you can see there's a mounting point there and a mounting point right there. So currently, if you have platinum, you have this bracket here and this bracket here. So this bracket is where the center console or armrest used to be, and this bracket is actually utilizing the holes that were supposed to be for the bolts for the center console chair. So you need to remove this, and also at the same time you need to create an access so that way you can install that bolt over here. So what I've done, I've cut this carpet here, just follow this contour right here, so now you have access to this front bolt right here. Okay, so I need to do the same thing on that side. Actually, I already did it, so just follow the contour along this, make sure it's almost straight, cut it, and you'll get access to that one bolt right there. The rear one, the bolt is actually hidden under here. So what I did is I actually cut this right here following the contour of this styrofoam right here. So following the shape of this, you just go straight here and then to the point where you almost touch this styrofoam right here. That's where the bolt lives. I need to do the same thing with the other side. I don't know if you can see the bolt right there. So I just need to follow this contour right here, cut straight, and that will give us access to remove that. Now, I'm not sure if this will give me enough space to work with the footing bolt of the center chair. So might need to cut a little bit more here and there, but pretty much what you need to do is to cut this carpet. That way you have access to the holes. As to what you do with the remaining right here, is entirely up to you. I've seen people just throw it away, remove it. What I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna have to cut it somewhere in the middle here, depending on how that rail is gonna look once it's installed, and then we'll see where to trim from there. And now I guess I'll keep the trimming just in case if in the future I want to go back to the pilot seat format, and I don't want this bare metal exposed. Yes, it's going to be ugly because the carpet is now cut, but it's better to have that than just a piece of metal exposed in your rear seat area here. So alright, let's go ahead and cut it, and next clip you'll see is just the seat installed, and we'll see how the fitment goes. Alright, good news. So center row middle seat is in. Yeah, we could trim a little bit more in the back here, just so that this will slide underneath the chair. Maybe trim it towards the middle. I don't know, we'll figure that out. And then the side carpet, I could probably see like how it fits right here. Could probably trim it here. There's also another trim piece that goes middle right here. That one you will need also because the one that came with the Platinum only has slot for the rail on one side. So now thankfully the seller also gave me the trim piece right here to cover up this set of rail right here too. So definitely need some trimming here to make it look as clean as possible. But as far as how it fits, it's in, it folds like it should, and then let's see here, and it slides back and forth like it's supposed to. Let me move some of my stuff here. See? But yeah, just need to grease a little bit on the rail, make it more smooth. But we're home stretch, baby. We just need to install the two sides and we're done with the installation at least. So now that I have the Platinum seat, pilot seat out, I can compare it with the bench seat, right? So some of you might think like, oh, why can't I just get the centerpiece and install it in between the pilot seats? Well, I'll tell you why it's not gonna work, because this seat right here, the shoulder area at least, is wider than the bench seat. So I'll give you a measurement right here. I'm trying to hold the measuring tape at my best here. So the width here is about 22 inches on the pilot seat. So now let's compare it to the bench here. See here, this one is about, come on, it's about 21 inches. So this seat here is narrower compared to the pilot seat. Now with the mounting point being the same, I can assume that, you know, the centerpiece not going to fit here, because you need the extra 1 inch space here so that that center row piece can slide back and forth or recline freely. So that's why you're gonna need to do all three of them if you want to do this conversion. So I hope that helps why I just need to do all of them instead of just buy the centerpiece. So progress update. It turns out I have to cut this carpet right here, this portion right here, all the way here. It's kind of making like a rectangle shape. Reason being is I was intending to just fold this here just in case in the future if I want to convert it back, then I can just like lay it over. But the extra height here actually impeding the sliding mechanism of the chair, so can't have that. Have to cut this. Also have to cut this portion in the back here. Reason being is when the seat is sliding, is at the very most back position, it will hit this styrofoam piece here. So I need to cut the carpet and the styrofoam on that portion as well. You can leave some of the insulation here, that's fine, but the most important point is when this seat, hold it in the back, that rail is not hitting anything, it's free. So yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere. Also, same reason being for this trim piece here, it needs to go underneath it. So this is the piece that I cut. I originally went here, had to remove that. Alright, so hopefully in the next video, in the next cut, I guess, we'll see everything back together with the trim pieces installed. So this might be easier to see or to do if you sit on your third row and looking down the carpet, you can see where you need to cut. I already installed this piece right here, this trim piece right here, for the driver's side. So just cut straight. See this metal bracket here, just cut straight there and line it up with this cut right here. So that's where you're gonna cut. And then as far as this side, just gonna follow this line right here and cut it straight down, and you're gonna end up with this piece here. That will give you enough clearance for the sliding mechanism here, as well as installing the driver's side portion here, and it will be able, instead of folding it here and keeping underneath, because this will interfere with the sliding mechanism at the bottom of the seat that slides. So you're gonna need to cut it, and that should give you enough space for the trim and the seat. All right, so all three of them already bolted in. We cut this portion here so that way the seat will fit, the slider will fit, and now you can install this trim piece right here, just like that. Snap it into place, make sure the holes are all lined up. Ta-da! See, apart from that, it looks OEM. So we'll figure something out to cover that portion with this piece that we cut here, just like so, that way maybe we can just remove the insulation in the bottom. I don't know, maybe we'll do something about it. We're not gonna just I'm not just gonna leave it blank like that because it looks ugly. But this piece is done. All that left now is just putting the side trims back together. It should be the reverse order like how we removed it. So I hope this video will help a little bit, you know, if you're still on the fence on making this conversion. I hope it will help you in your, you know, if you're planning to do this swap, on what to get, what you need to do with the carpet, how to remove the seats, how to install them back, and how much you need to cut on the carpet. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. So I'll see you in the next video.